that Hachimaru have learned the trilogy, but he actually needs to find the princess because together the fated pair will actually find their way and find their courage together, which he actually, as Daruma, what fate means, in which he actually is actually have his patience are now being tested by Hashimaru, which we actually knew that he actually taught him about fate, which we actually saw Hashimaru is being allergic to cats, even though Daruma is actually a robot. But we actually knew that he's going to find the princess, which we actually going to see on meeting Hachimaru soon, in which we actually seen Daruma building a ship to actually explore the galaxy, in which we actually seen how he actually going to fly into space. Meanwhile, we actually seen a princess actually eating some snacks, which the princess name is Oni, in which we actually saw a servant actually told Oni that Hagamichi actually come to see her, in which we actually seen her getting ready, in which we actually knew that Princess Sai is actually has come to see Oni, in which we actually saw her talking to Oni about flying on space, which he actually wished a young samurai who actually came into the dojo, which he actually talking about Hashimaru, which he defeated the bandits at one of their dojos and near the castle, which we actually saw them talking about him, in which we actually knew that her student An is actually going to may actually lost her locker ball, in which it was actually meant that the beauty of a princess lies within and the art of expressing that inner beauty is the core of the the Aikibagna, in which we actually knew that actually meant that On actually have created a monster plant, in which we actually seen On getting ready to meet Hashimaru when she was actually been called about her lost locker ball, in which we actually knew that the samurai who was born from An's locker ball is now getting ready to meet Hashimaru, in which he about to get ready to meet him for the first time, in which we're actually going to see how they're going to meet him, in which we actually knew that they told her how he was skilled in the ways of the samurai. And by skilled, we actually meant he's still learning, which he actually has his samurai soul blade in actually impairs him, but this time actually backwards, as we still know that he cannot die unless he's actually wearing samurai armor, in which the samurai armor is his pet, which he actually needs to wear, in which Hashimoto as Hayaturu actually to use him as his armor. And when he actually about to use his armor for the first time, it's I would actually say a little bit off. Not an armor Exactly. But then we actually saw An actually appear to meet Hachimaru, and we can tell that the two of them actually meet for the first time, in which we actually knew that we're actually getting ready to see what they're about to meet with each other. As we saw, An is the princess, in which we seen Hashimaru actually getting ready to present himself to An. Meanwhile, in a different scene where we actually saw the villains getting ready to plan their next move, in which we actually seen how they're going to react, and they're actually going to find Hashimaru. So we're actually going to see that very soon. Now, we actually saw how Hashimaru got his samurai armor. Well, not completely a samurai armor. And then we actually saw him meeting An. And then we actually saw the villains for Samurai 8. Now, we actually can tell that, like Madara Uchiha, we actually knew that he's actually the main villain. So, we actually can tell that we're going to see the villains making their move on the next chapter next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guy Drew Hunter here saying sign out. So laters.